Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, life doesn't ask for permission before it breaks your rhythm. One day you're chasing your dreams, the next day you're chasing your breath. Plans unravel, expectations collapse, and without realizing it, you stop dreaming, not because you gave up, but because survival became your priority. When control feels like a luxury and hope feels like a failed memory, you look back and you wonder, how did I get here? As Holocaust survivor Viktor Frankl reminds us, everything can be taken away from man but one thing, the last of the human fundamentals, to choose one's attitude at any given set of circumstances. When the Nazis arrested Frankl in Vienna, he managed to smuggle his manuscript on logotherapy into the concentration camp. Upon discovery, the manuscript was destroyed. Yet Frankl's resolve remained unbroken. What they destroyed was paper. What endured was purpose. Instead of succumbing to the despair consuming many of his fellow prisoners, he began to replay the manuscript in his mind, reconstructing it from memory. In a place where the Nazis sought to rob everybody's sense of hope, Frankl found a source of meaning for the very act of preserving his work. While others around him gave in to the crushing hopelessness imposed by the Nazis, Frankl survived. The pursuit of meaning through his manuscript, a vision they could not steal, became the lifeline that sustained him through unimaginable suffering. Even when your world feels out of control, you don't have to be. The things that matter the most are rarely gone. They're just buried under deadlines, disappointments, distraction, and detours, waiting to be revisited, waiting to be revived, waiting to be retrieved. What we often dismiss as forgotten dreams are only sparks of something greater. The sparks that we ignore don't disappear. They wait, buried beneath the noise of life. Turning sparks into something meaningful takes more than hope. You need intention. You need a framework, a North Star to navigate the chaos. Here is where my service to your future self framework begins. It's not about hustle. It's about alignment. It's not about controlling the future. It's about honoring it. This framework is built on three pillars: vision, becoming, systems, all designed to help you act today in ways that your future self will thank you for tomorrow. Vision, the first pillar of service to your future self framework, begins in the quiet hum between longing and becoming. Vision is not wishful thinking. It's a deliberate, meaningful picture of the life you want to live and the person you want to become. While dreams can inspire, vision directs. Without vision, you aren't designing your life, you're just drifting through it, reacting instead of creating. Vision aligns your actions with values, gives purpose to your effort, and becomes the North Star of your journey. Vision doesn't always arrive with fanfare. Sometimes it whispers through adversity. It shows up when you choose purpose over panic, clarity over choice, and faith over fear. The second pillar is becoming. You're not crossing into a future destination. You are growing into it. Becoming is not about arrival, it's about alignment. Becoming is not about certainty, it's about trust. It honors the truth that life unfolds and demands delays and detours. Clarity often comes after the fact, not before. As Steve Jobs said in his Stanford commencement speech, you can't not connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. Becoming is where courage meets consistency, where conviction keeps you moving when certainty is missing. You don't become your future self at once. You become it by living a line, one choice, one habit, one day at a time. In systems is the final pillar of service to your future self. If vision gives you direction and becoming keeps you aligned, systems help you overcome the distractions of urgent demands. Systems are not rigid routines. They are rhythms designed to reduce friction, preserve energy, and protect focus. Life is unpredictable. Motivation fades. Willpower weighs down. But systems show up even when you don't feel like it. They carry you when strength falters. Systems make success a default and not a daily struggle. Your future self doesn't need you to hustle harder. Your future self needs structure today, intentionally designed to support who you're becoming. Vision, becoming, system. I recently committed to a 6-week project to produce 31 videos. As I entered the 3rd week, I found myself in the emergency room. While the doctors ran their tests, my mind stayed on the project. I had a clear vision of what I wanted to achieve and never once considered quitting. Before my hospital visit, I scheduled a deep cleaning and organization of my wife's room, which had fallen into total disarray during her battle with Alzheimer's. I briefly considered canceling the decluttering service to protect my production time. However, I choose to honor the appointment and reorganize my production schedule into short, focused blocks spread across the final 2 weeks of the project. During production, I learned that with rest and focus, I could complete multiple recordings each day. Not only did I complete the project, I also delivered 31 videos ahead of schedule. The question is no longer, what does the future hold? The question is, what will your future remember about you? Will your future thank you for the courage to begin, the consistency to stay the course, and for a structure to create when things got hard? Whether you're ready or not, your future self is waiting for you to choose vision over drift, alignment over hustle, intention over action. Design your days with your future self in mind. Be the present self your future self would be proud of. Thank you very much. Thank you.